forward.
Romania's 10,000
only
behind.
10,000 away. Oh my god. Come on. Thank you ever so very much for joining me. I'm Count Christo and I'm joined to my left by the wonderful Adaway. Say hello.
Hello there.
Hello. So today will be HOI moving to the second most recent. I believe HOI came out after Stellaris. But now
It did, by a month.
I think it did, yeah. So welcome everybody. If you were here for the previous two games, you probably know roughly what the format is. But for those of you that weren't, we will be having our 4 wonderful contenders who, if I switch to the lovely new players map mode, we can take a look at here. They are each going to be playing as one of these Balkan nations, as members of the Axis, and they will be attempting to inflict as many casualties as possible on Soviet Russia to the east. Adaway, as you can see, is going to be playing in Germany, and he's just going to be maintaining a stable front line, not really doing any attacking at all, just kind of making sure the Soviets don't, rampage around too much. And meanwhile, the players will be inflicting casualties.
Yes, so the 4 Balkan-ish nations that our players are playing have been, as far as I can manage it, perfectly balanced. So each of them has 15 or 14 in Yugoslavia's case military factories, 20 civs approximately. Their manpower is roughly equal because I gave Bulgaria some cores on some Greek states to bump up their manpower count.
Okay.
They all have full infrastructure. They have a roughly equal number of building slots available. So as far as we can make it, including troops and equipment numbers, troop templates, it's pretty much exactly balanced. They have 20 width straight infantry with, I believe, 3 support companies, engineers, recon and artillery, and the armoured divisions are 6 light tank battalions and 4 motorised battalions with 3 support companies again. I think I corrected the Soviets to have 20 width infantry, but apart from that, I touched nothing, apart from making them build more troops.
Awesome. Sounds good. I'm just curious. Well, before we get things set up, why are the Poles in the Comintern?
So basically, in order to give the Germans east part of Poland they have and the Soviets part of Poland they have, I had them both attack them simultaneously and then just use the occupation paint map mode to divvy it up.
Makes sense.
And basically what happened was they then capitulated, and even with the AI turned off, the Soviets managed to puppet Poland somehow in like one state.
In case you're wondering about the Allies, chat, we have annexed the UK into Ireland. Obviously, Germany owns France, and we have a very large Guatemala. So that's obviously.
We'll have no interference from the Allied powers in this this conflict.
Not. And then, without further ado, we are ready to begin. Off we go.
The key thing here is that the players need to ensure that their divisions get the credit for the enemy casualties. So in particular, they're going to want to be encircling Soviet troops and then having their divisions be the ones that overrun them.
That makes sense.
That's where the big money comes from.
I'm just looking for the first ones to reach the front and wondering where it's going to be. So it looks like Yugoslavians are taking part of the southern section of the front here. There's some Romanian tanks here as well. The Romanian tanks are going very spread out. That's interesting. What the heck? Romania has switched all his men into artillery divisions.
Oh, really?
He's doing artillery only. Sorry, Bulgaria. Oh, now they're all tanks. Romania is attacking straight in. Full frontal offensive. Interesting. Not necessarily how I'd do it. Because, of course, it's going to be encirclements that get you those huge casualties. And the Soviets are holding against it fine so far.
Yeah, he hasn't concentrated his troops, Ultra Hill. He went for a broad stroke there, but it's failed.
Almost 200 divisions the Soviets have right here on the front.
So Ultra has traded 11,000 casualties for 800 on the Soviet side, though, which is not a great trade early on.
I guess they might be waiting for a planning bonus. This is, of course, a relatively well-prepared Soviet Union they're facing off against. So we'll have to see.
Yeah. What we may find here is the players might need to cooperate together.
They might.
Combine their tank forces to force a breach. Because the Soviets are not going to be a pushover. They have a lot of divisions. And they're well supplied.
Oh, the Soviets are also dealing with a border conflict in the east with the Japanese. So in terms of scoring, chat, what we're going to be using is this screen here. If you hover over the Soviets, you'll see that Romania is currently in the lead with 788 casualties, and Bulgaria is following up with 276. So they're trying to get that number just as high as possible.
Romania as well exercising its troops.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like you are now slightly oversupplied down
Slightly
in
oversupplied, yeah.
in
So I will
Romania.
pull out a handful of divisions.
You've got this Lvov pocket, which is usually very, very easy to set up. You can attack into plains here. This plains is vulnerable from attack to 2 directions. This plains is vulnerable attack from 2 directions. And then you attack from the south. You pocket these men in the mountains, and then you wipe them out. It's also great because if you want, you can fall back. You know, once you've pushed in here to get the pocket, you can fall back behind this river and this river, which means you really don't expose yourself. It also shortens the front. It's essentially a salient at the start of the war. The other one is in the north, from Memel. You have plains, 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 and then 1 woods. And you can create... what was the name of the pocket historically created in Lithuania? Modern day Lithuania?
By the Soviet Union.
North of Lithuania, sorry. Yes.
Yeah, that's Kurland, that area.
Kurland, right, yeah. The Kurland pocket, of course, historically created by the Soviets when the Germans refused to withdraw from the area, when their south was being threatened. So far, no more player attacks. I'm surprised. They're playing it fairly passively.
Yeah, it's the opposite of Prussian Prince's approach last night, which was to go crazy at the start of the game.
It's very true.
And cause all kinds of chaos.
I think I know what Prussian's doing. I think he's going to try and game it. He's converted all his units, I mean, you know, unsurprisingly, he's converted all his units to cavalry, and he's got them spread evenly along the front. I think he's going to participate in every battle any player starts, in the hope that that will give him credit for the casualties as well as them.
Yeah, they'll get some of them, because each division will inflict its own casualties on every other division in the fight.
And is it tracked that way?
I believe so. If your division is in the combat and it's going to be doing an attack, every attack will generate an X amount of casualties.
Okay, so it's not like he'll be getting credit for all the attacks of the other players if he does that.
No, your division will participate on its own merits.
Here we go. First successful player offensive. It's being launched by Mordred Viking right here, north of Lvov, as predicted.
We got lots of tanks pushing in here. The additional attack value is too much for the Soviet.
Yeah, he's still just doing single directional 80 width attacks, but with strictly superior divisions. That's not always a bad idea because you don't necessarily want all your enemy divisions to be in the fight at the same time. It looks to me like Prussian is leading the charge now. His cavalry are making up the first 2 divisions into the fray as they move to try and close this. He's also moving in from the other side, unsuccessfully.
The problem is his attack value is so low.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I would imagine that the amount you're inflicting is going to be linked to how much damage you're doing.
Yes, it is.
To that division. If you're not doing as much damage, you won't get as many casualties. So far, though, so Yugoslavia is massively ahead currently, actually.
Yeah, well, after that, them being the only ones that have pulled out a successful tank offensive, they're near Lvov, so I mean, it makes sense.
One thing that hello, civil war in Yugoslavia. This is a fascist Yugoslavia.
This is a fascist Yugoslavia versus a fascist Yugoslavia.
But the AI one is in the faction now, not Mordred. How has that happened?
We will do a very quick rehost in which we fix this.
Okay.
I think you should maintain all your divisions.
Why does a fascist government have elections?
Well, you see, the fascists are very, very liberal in your part of the world, apparently.
Hey.
I just got invite to faction from the Soviet Union.
Do it!
Do you let the Siamese Empire into the Axis?
Yeah, why not? They want to join.
I guess. I'll be
There's
interested.
There's always room in the Axis for the Siamese.
Oh, it looks like the Axis are fighting hard in the air over eastern Poland.
Okay, we had a bit of a problem. So Yugoslavia is now not at war with the Soviets.
As soon as they get added into the Axis, which they can do right now, they can be called in.
Yeah, but their casualty counters will reset.
So we will add 15.1 thousand to the Yugoslavian casualty count. All right, here we go. The final battles to close the pocket have begun, and pinning operations are in progress to prevent the AI from withdrawing from here.
So we're gonna have a few 100,000 troops in this pocket.
At least. Here I can tell you how many are in the pocket. In fact, not too easily. I can actually. There are at least There's 200,000 in one army, and then there's about probably at least 350,000 men right there in that pocket. Soft attack is what inflicts the losses, basically. This is true, yeah. So clearly Prussian is going for a hard soft attack build, basically. So Jaime has joined Hungary.
That was Hungary did that. That wasn't even me.
Bulgaria is now overtaken Yugoslavia. He's got 23,000 to Yugoslavia's 17.7 thousand. He's certainly getting up there. His very high soft attack divisions are ruling the day, and the Soviets are beginning to do some suicide attacks in the north. So he's got these, the Tankov Polk, which I'm guessing is Romanian, and he's got, oh my god, he's got 8 line artillery in these divisions. 8 line artillery. This is a 40 width division with a base 58 soft attack. Holy Christ, that is high. That is very high. He's obviously got the glorious little tank model to get the best match there. In terms of production, he has got 11 factories on artillery, 1 on support equipment, 2 on tanks, 2 on infantry equipment. Goodness me. Let's compare that to some of his competitors. Yugoslavia has a far more balanced production, favoring, interestingly, fighters slightly. That might just have been a hangover, but also motorized, going for those faster divisions, going for encirclements, perhaps. That makes sense. That makes sense. Romania, meanwhile, is going full-on tank meta. He has 10 factories on light tanks. Hungary, next up. He's going also artillery heavy, but he's also producing a lot of infantry equipment, which to me indicates that Hungary wants to deploy lots of new templates, not just buff up with artillery, the ones he's currently building.
Yeah, so the encirclement is now complete. We now have a breakthrough. Yes. And a lot of troops encircled down here, and immediately lots of attacks going in from the Romanians and from the Yugoslavians.
No one deciding.
Static so far.
No one patient enough to wait for them to bleed out of supply, it looks like. All of them just hungry for blood and attacking straight on in. The Soviets have begun.
So I've now dealt like 20, I'm like 37, 9, 41,000. It's going up faster than I can count.
Holy, oh my god. So the players now need to have men on the front. Look at this. Look at the Yugoslavians scrambling to the front.
I've pulled off 48 divisions now, so that's just enough for the Soviets to be like, right,
now is the time.
They're getting it.
Human wave. And Yugoslavia, very quick reactions. That is commendable play.
Oh my lord, he's on 168,000 now.
Soviets have crossed 250,000 casualties now. Good lord.
But notably, Bulgaria is a long way ahead of the others now.
Bulgaria is
17-ish thousand ahead of the Yugoslavians.
Yeah, that's definitely impressive. Near Odessa, it looks like there might well be an encirclement there, as the players begin to get the upper hand. Players are continuing to launch their attacks into
his Romania's tanks are pushing north from that salient rather than east, which is interesting because they could probably get an encirclement on the river there.
You would have thought so, yeah. In that pocket right now, to keep in perspective the current lead that Bulgaria has established, in that pocket are more casualties than he's got total. But he's getting them. He's getting a lot of them. Wow, look at that. 130, 145, 146,000. Oh my, 160.
Massive overruns there.
But then Romania takes the lead.
Yeah, that was huge overruns.
Romania just pulling
so whoever gets the most overruns out of this last pocket is going to get a huge number of casualties.
It's going to be crazy.
Right, they've gone.
Hungary goes to 400,000 casualties. Boom. Look at that. That is outrageous.
That's dramatically changed the perspective there at the top.
You know why that is? He kept his tanks here. If you look around, it's only Hungarian tanks that were near that north part of the pocket. Ben and Sweden, chat says. Hungary has justified a war goal against Sweden. He possibly wants that tungsten, which would make sense. We don't have restrictions on allowing our players to do that kind of thing.
Yeah, we've got a small pocket here of about 10 divisions. There's like 9 around the Palanga.
Yeah.
Pushing in.
Benjamin has seen this pocket in the north and is sneaking up, hoping to steal some of those kills for himself. Let's see how Hungary does here.
It's 3 divisions being caught up here.
Yeah.
Be a modest amount, but we'll see who comes out on top.
I want to see who these casualties go to. Bulgaria got 1. Bulgaria gets all 3, it looks like there, I think. Excuse me.
Yeah, Yugoslavia needs to get involved in these next pockets, though. Really.
Yeah.
Where is his troops currently, Yugoslavia?
I'm not certain. Let me hop over
Haven't
to
seen
it.
any.
They're currently fairly spread over the southern half of the front.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, Japan has sent volunteers to many of our players who are coming into help.
Interesting.
And there we go. The Kurland pocket has been established. It looks like...
yeah, fairly sizable. We got about 12 to 13 divisions in here, looks like.
Yeah. It is Hungarian troops moving in here, which it looks like where most of the casualties are going to be after this province falls.
Yeah, Bulgaria's been caught a little bit napping here. He hasn't been doing the attack so much.
And he's not going to be able to get in there because there isn't that much combat width left.
Yeah.
Here comes some Yugoslavians. The Hungarians got orged out. The Yugoslavians show up and steal the kills.
Yeah.
Nice.
So the combat is only 1 Hungarian division.
They all
others can't reinforce.
They
so
all
that's
went to
a
Yugoslavians.
hefty amount for
It wasn't.
Yugoslavia. It wasn't.
Hungary stole the show. His 1 infantry division looks like was just scoring those attacks.
That's really unlucky for Yugoslavia
It
because he
was-
had
it was a
4
bold-
to 5 divisions in that combat.
Scores on the doors are 531,000 to Hungary, 311,000 to Bulgaria, 238,000 to Romania, and a measly 47 to Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia definitely needs to get its act together a bit if it's going to try and remain competitive here. Bulgaria is looks like they're going to be establishing a pocket on the previously static salient in the south. They're launching blocker attacks that just don't need to exist. I really feel like he's throwing away divisions and men that he just doesn't need to. Yugoslavia is, I don't understand, they're getting very unlucky on closing some of these pockets.
Yeah, either they're getting unlucky or it's not calculated to settle the way we think it is. Some of these divisions that are encircled might be losing their organization and already have lost the vast majority of their manpower.
This is
It
true,
might already have gone.
but typically the majority of the strength damage is done in the actual finishing of the pocket in this kind of warfare. If you have grinding AI v AI or AI v battle plan combat, you're absolutely right. A lot of the manpower does go with strength damage, but the vast majority of strength damage in kind of microed player combat will actually be the closing of the battle. Wow,
Okay.
Bulgaria solidifies their lead, 140,000 ahead now. Very, very impressive. And there we go. He brought in the big guns. 800 soft attack during the day on those freaking artillery man.
So I think I understand Prussian's strategy here because he got so many cav. He's clogging up the combats with his trash divisions, and they're then being reinforced by his really good divisions.
It's
that they're
true.
doing a massive soft attack.
Yeah. And as long as he's clogging up the combats, that means, of course, the other players aren't able to get anything from them.
Exactly.
So in terms of political setup, let's see what people have prioritized. Bulgaria, infantry recovery rate, attack, and cavalry expert, to no one's surprise. Over in Yugoslavia, we're seeing similar stuff, except speed and attrition down. Expecting some supply problems. This makes a lot of sense. A very cavalry and armor focused Hungary, also making a lot of sense. Going for air superiority. Nice idea. If you're not familiar, ground support expert is a very, very, very good guy to take, even if you have no air force. If you're in a faction that has an air force, because what that does is it modifies the effect of air superiority on your divisions. Oh, pocket being established. Big pocket. Bulgaria's present, but they haven't got the big guns.
Yes. Lots of divisions down here.
Looks like Romania, is leading the charge. Let's see if they get credit. And Yugoslavia is also very much present. I have never seen this bug before. Look north of Odessa. Look at the infantry, the Soviet infantry.
Oh, it's going back and forth.
I've never seen that because it's got zero organization and it has nowhere that it can retreat that isn't currently in combat. So as soon as it retreats, it immediately breaks and then retreats again.
So Hungary now opening up a pretty big lead for second place. He's 250,000 ahead of Romania now.
Yeah. Yugoslavia is still lagging. I remember Mordred saying, this wasn't his forte, so it's fair enough. We're playing across 5 games here. It's entirely understandable, of course, that some players are going to be weaker in some. And there falls Odessa. Now the battle begins to be part of these battles, to say, I was there, and have the numbers counted
They're
next to
being
your
forced
nation.
back. We've got a lot of Soviet divisions in this one
Romania
province.
has got it.
Romanian tanks going in, lots of them.
Now, I have a suspicion that we're wrong about how casualties are calculated. Let's see if Romania gets credit for all of these casualties. Well, they are currently the only one deployed, actually, so... No, there's some Bulgarians in there. But I think maybe it's the person that initiates the battle.
We could be wrong.
No, Bulgaria got some there as well. No, I think it is. I think we were correct. I like being correct. The multiple combats penalty. Both combats dominated by Romania. That will have given him a nice boost. Yeah, up to 448. He's 100,000 casualties-ish.
Yes, he's closing the gap there to Hungary, down to 120,000.
Absolutely.
Very low organisation troops now inside this pocket.
Yeah,
His
isn't
attacks
this...
to close it is losing. Oh no, it's not. Hungarian tanks joining it.
Oh, yeah, in they go. But he's attacking the wrong tile. That one will be the first to win. He wants to be involved in the last one. Here goes the
Little pocket here.
Looks like it's just... There's one Romanian
One
division.
Romanian.
Who might be able to take some credit here because he has got a lot of soft attack.
Yeah, there are some huge Bulgarian divisions in here.
Yep, Romania did get some of those. Is that really going to help you? So there is the Hungarian declaration on Sweden. You will need to man the Kiel Canal that way. Or, yes, deploy the...
So, it's okay. I'm sure we can manage it. I've got like 70 divisions hanging out in Germany now.
Norway fall to the Swedish menace. Ireland's gonna D-Day. Oh god, yeah, Ireland has joined the Comintern.
Oh Christ!
Because Ireland guaranteed Sweden.
Right, let's make some garrison divisions then.
Big pocket being developed here, but the anti-pocketing AI is in full effect, as you can see. They're trying to withdraw all the way along this front. It's currently looking slightly phallic on the. Not a fan of that.
Speak for yourself.
But they are managing to push in. Looks like Romania managed to garner a few more kills for themselves there. Bulgaria approaching 1 million kills, of course, going for that prestigious level. And there are now Soviets, of course, on the other side of the Kiel Canal.
Yeah, that's the priority when your homeland being invaded by millions of men is to send troops to Denmark.
Benjamin, why did you do this? So, this song is in the HOI soundtrack? I've never heard this song. It's too wordy. Let's go back to the beginning. The first song is great.
But as it stands, Prussian is heading for another win, and actually a win overall, because there's only 5 events and he'll have won 3.
This does, of course, bring Prussian to the, potentially the overall
interesting. We have Yugoslavian troops in Denmark.
Unsuccessfully attempting to cross the river in 2 places simultaneously. That's better. Concentrating on one place.
Let's help him out. This is rightful German clay here, so it's okay.
Yes, it's fair enough. He has 30 divisions, and this is them. You can tell he hasn't played HOI for a while because he doesn't have a field marshal.
He's got to be careful that he doesn't commit himself to one province and then the other players pull their troops out.
Yes. And there it is. Bulgaria breaks 1 million casualties. Very nice. And there is a coup in Romania. I think that's... Well, wait,
King
what?
Michael's coup? What?
Yeah, except they had Armand come back. It's the original guy. It's Monocle Man. Monocle Man has returned to bring the Romanians to glory.
They're democratic Romania now. So there are 189 Soviet bombers in the Benelux region currently.
Oh, really?
For reasons unknown.
They just really don't like the Dutch, apparently.
We need to strat bomb, particularly here.
Yeah.
Oh, Scandinavia is formed.
Oh yeah. I have never seen the AI do that.
AI is formed Scandinavia.
Democratic in the Comintern, Scandinavia. Oh hoy, never change. Did Spain go fascist or communist? Spain is Republican Spain right now. Could join the Comintern, would be amusing.
There's a lot of troops here they're going to get Yugoslavia. It's a good move on their part actually doing this.
Yeah, and it's uncontested, right? So there's no players.
Yeah, there's no other players over there, and we're looking at least 100,000 troops in this pocket.
We'll see how many it ends up being. This might put them ahead of you. There we go. 171,000 casualties now for Yugoslavia with that extra 15,000 added on. 187,000 is pretty good. Seeing another pocket developing in the center now.
Okay, so now I question Yugoslavia because he's got all of his troops pretty much trying to push Copenhagen, but there are only 2 Soviet divisions there.
Hello, Aldra.
What's up?
Well, you are currently engaged in the closest battle for second place.
Indeed.
So tell us about your plans. How are you going to make these final 10 minutes count?
So essentially the problem. Oh dear God. As I say that, I make a horrible mistake.
It's going well. Clearly.
The problem is that a lot of it comes down to being the person to instigate the fight, and I messed up by keeping my infantry way too back.
Mm-hmm.
I need to be starting to instigate more fights so as to be the people, to be the controller and be the guy who gets to overruns. It's all about that micro, and we all know how great my micro is.
You are catching Hungary.
Yeah, you gained a bit
down
there.
to 80,000.
Not anywhere near enough, though. I don't think it's going to be enough.
You need 80,000. That's 8 divisions. You only have to encircle and destroy 8 divisions, and you win. Prussian, hello.
Yes, hello.
We've dragged you up here. We want to hear your strategy. Tell us how you've managed to be almost double the next player.
So the person who initiates the attack on the pocket, so like whatever province you're surrounding, that's the person who gets the kills.
All of them.
So-
Okay. We were
yeah, that's how
debating
it
whether or
works.
not that was
Yeah.
how it was calculated.
Yeah. So you just want to have fast units like Cav, which is why most of my army is Cav,
Mhm.
and then just try and snake as hard as possible, or just attack the pocket. Like let others make the pocket for you as well and steal it.
Very
Also
sneaky.
works.
I like it. I like it.
Yes.
Hello, Ben.
Oh, hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. My chat's basically playing the game for me. They keep telling me what to do.
Fair enough. You're just holding on to second place. It's a close run thing. Aldrich
Yeah.
is gaining on you.
I know, he gained out about 30,000 troops on me by fighting over in Sweden. It backfired on me.
Well, he's currently only 60,000 behind, 6 divisions away. Hello, Mordred.
Hello.
You've crossed the strait. Congratulations.
Finally.
I see. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Soviet divisions for you to encircle right there.
That's the hope.
Nice, nice. It looks like Prussia knows he's in the last 10 minutes. He just enabled an offensive all the way along the front with AI.
Yep.
He's going for casualties. Let's see. I mean, he's not inflicting that many from it. He's certainly
It's
taking
frustrating
some.
because we can only see for Bulgaria it just says 1.1 million.
Yes.
So by rolling over a million, you lose like 3.
Oh, he's doing no
3 digits
damage.
worth of detail.
He's doing no damage. Just look at the combat log.
Hungary 1%.
That is very,
I'm not quite sure what's going on there. But
very strange. I guess Hungary has contributed more, and hence maybe if a German division happened to move in by mistake, they're giving it. No, there's Romanians here. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Odd. Hungary declared the war. That's it. Hungary would have justified for that state. We are just coming to the very end here. Let's let August finish, and then we will bring this to a close as the mad Soviet dash to inflict as many casualties as possible.
almost exactly 2 years the game has lasted.
How close are the numbers between 2 and 3? It's very close. Very close. We've got 6. It's only.
Romania's
Romania's
10,000
only
behind.
10,000 away. Oh my god. Come on. I believe. I mean, I'm only rooting for them because they're the
Aldrich's
underdog.
going for that
I'm
silver.
going to pause at the end of August. That is the hard and fast deadline, so it's not unfair. I'm not just letting Aldrich get his silver medal or anything like that. Hungary just got another 1,000 and another one, but then so did Romania. Pause. 1st of September. It looks like Hungary's going to have it, but we'll see.
Oh my
Hello,
god!
Fliz, it's so close! That is time. But before you count those losses, everybody box select your units and hit H, because unit losses are calculated at the end of the battle. So end all your battles and let's see the numbers change. End all your battles. Oh, it's so close. It's so close. But we can now give final scores. Bulgaria, 1.2 million. Hungary, 641. Romania, 634. With only 7,200 casualties.
It's less than a division.
Yugoslavia with
Less than one division.
2,140. Thank you for playing today, guys. It was a pleasure to watch your mad dash encirclements, the attack and counter-attack of you guys sweeping in and trying to steal each other's kills. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
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 Goodbye.